Chapter 1. The breeze hits my face, my memory of my old world playing in my head as the rain begins to fall. My party, the Wyverns Pact, is on either side of me. 4, 2 guys and 2 women, about in their early 20s. Jack Hunt. I'm 32 and the leader of this group. We were summoned to this world by accident. A ritual gone wrong. The neighboring country wanted to summon a hero from another world, to fight for them like in every isekai anime you've ever seen. They were trying to get a soldier or someone with high combat potential, but my students and I were brought into this world. Later, after a week of staying in the capital city, I found out that the queen and her people were responsible for it. They asked the goddess for help. The goddess found me and accidentally brought everyone. I was angry at first. I was retired, replacing my purpose with teaching. Standing here as an adventurer, I accept a call to action. I accepted a mission to take out the pig orcs near the city. My party leaped from either side of me and took out what they saw. This wasn't the case when we arrived in this world. When we got here, not all of us made it out alive. Flashback. The day was normal. I oversaw 8 kids and a bus driver. We were heading to the museum about 3 hours away for the kids heading to college for their history major. I am a teacher, but that was the new version of me. The old me was a soldier. I retired from the Navy. Not a lot of my kids knew that about me, but for some of the kids who liked me. The bus trip at first was quiet. No one was saying anything. Then, out of nowhere, a bright light hit the bus windows. When I opened my eyes, I saw we were not on the road anymore. I could feel something was wrong. The air seemed heavy, but there wasn't rain outside. We all felt the ground shift and then got thrown out of the bus by force. I hit a grass field to see that we were not in our world. We were somewhere right out of a storybook. In front of us, holding the bus in one hand, was a monster of some kind. With the other hand, the monster swept up the bus driver and ate him. I took the younger students who fell in front of me and covered their eyes. Then the monster dropped the bus, killing 2 of the students near it. I felt my face turn red hot. I charged at the monster, telling everyone to run towards the town just beyond the tree line. I then ran right into the creature, knocking him back. It fell to its knees, and I heard more of the monsters coming. I looked over and saw a sword on the ground. It was huge and curved, like something from a video game. I picked it up, and it was light, like if I were holding a branch from a tree. I then used it to fight off the monsters, killing the first one. The other 2 that arrived got to 2 more of the kids. I lost my temper and unleashed something I couldn't explain. A magic-powered attack made of ice and fire, causing an explosion felt in the town we were trying to get to. I saw a bunch of medieval soldiers come rushing to us. When they got within view, I saw what they looked like. They were all people from my favorite video games, dragon people and some animal beastmen. The leader of the pack saw what had happened. I was looking after the kids, making sure the 4 that I got left were okay. Who survived? Keith Lewis, 16, Joan Hill, 18, Kellyanne, 17, and Andy Bear, 18. These 4 were scared and wanted to leave. I felt bad for everyone, then saw what I had done. I brutally killed those monsters. Then the Dragon Knight came up to me. "Sir, are you and your party all right?" he asked, and I shrugged. "No, I think we were brought here from our world. We were on our way to see old things." I started going on, telling this man everything. Something about him, he seemed trustworthy, like an old friend. He listened to me and put his hand on my right shoulder. "Well, we can get you all cleaned up and fed. We have logging in the city too. Please come with me," he said, and I looked back at my 4 kids. They looked hesitant to go. "We need to collect ourselves, regroup, and figure out what happened," I said to everyone, and Joan pushed everyone to listen to me. Keith was the only one who didn't want to move. I then grabbed his shoulder. "Kid, it's going to be all right. You can trust that man. I don't feel that intense feeling from him as before. We are safer with these soldiers." I told him this, and he looked skeptical of my reasoning. But he agreed to come with me. We walked for about 15 minutes to the city. When we reached the front city gate, the front guards went to take the sword I kept from our arrival. I pulled away, and they got upset with me, shoving me. The man who brought us to the city stopped him. "These humans are my guests, and are to meet the Queen. Please be more professional, sir," he said to the angry guard. I watched the guard back up from us. Then take them to her now. She's got nothing on her schedule for this hour. The guard informed us, and we all headed to the castle on top of the hill. I had a question, but didn't know how to ask it. My name is Jack Hunt, by the way, Sir Knight, I said to him, and he laughed. I'm Captain Dragnar. I'm Queen Leah's personal bodyguard. It's a pleasure to meet you. He conveyed to me, and I smiled as we approached the castle. When we were about to enter the building, I asked Dragnar, what shouldn't I do to make the Queen resentful of me? Dragnar shook his head. Just be respectful and speak up. He told me, and I nodded, understanding what he was getting at. Then we entered the throne room. Much like Dragnar, his queen was a dragon person like him. She had pure white scales with a golden-tipped tail. Her claws were gold, and her eyes were blue. She looked at us walking into her palace. She looked upset that humans were in her presence. Captain Dragnar told her about what had happened, telling her about us being brought from another world. Then told her about me slaying the pig creatures. She looked at me, then sighed. My daughter was supposed to stop that summoning, but I wonder why she didn't listen to me, she said, as her expression changed to sympathy. I was about to speak up, but then a dragon woman entered the room. The woman looked at my group, then locked eyes with me. The summoning was supposed to bring 1, not 5. The woman said, and the queen looked red. Daughter, I sent a messenger to you to stop the ritual. Why did you continue with it? The queen said, and she was told why. Mother, the letter said to resume the ritual, says so here on this page. The princess said, handing the letter to her mother. The queen huffed and blew a bit of smoke. This is a forge. I clearly remember saying none of this in the letter. The princess looked troubled. Then she looked back at us. What happened to the humans? The princess asked, and her mother shook her head. Half of their companions died from those pig orcs. The man behind you is the leader, and he killed 3 of them on his own. The queen said, and I put my hand on the sword I kept. The princess looks guilty of the loss of life, so she came over to us and acknowledged us. I'm sorry for what I caused you. Please forgive me, she said, bowing to us, and I picked her up. Don't apologize to us. It's not your fault entirely. You got scammed, and we paid for it. Groveling at us isn't going to fix anything, so pick yourself up and help us settle here. Because I assume this summoning is permanent, right? I said, looking up, and the queen now, and she nodded, letting me know that my assumption was right, that we were not going back home anytime soon. Shortly after that, we were given the training to become adventurers, where I became the only S rank for 100 miles. I also became the leader of our established party called Wyvern's Pact. Joan and Andy became my seconds. When I wasn't around, they'd be co-leaders. I started to train myself to get stronger with Captain Dragnar. He taught me the basics of magic. Princess Mayan taught me more about this world. She taught me the languages, the history, and the world's money systems. I'd go to the palace with my party the day after my quests. After 2 months of missions, we bought our place. Princess Mayan took a slight liking to me after 2 years of living here. Then one day, after our anniversary of being brought here, I found this little dog girl. She tried to steal from me, but I caught her and fed her. She was a poor, skinny thing, scared, hungry, and smelled like an old dog. I took her in and brought her up with the kids. She slowly became like a daughter to me, wanting to follow me, wanting me to teach her things, and then one night, as I was putting her to bed, she said good night. Good night, Dad, as she fell asleep. I felt my heart drop, then I smiled, patting her head. I left that night with a purpose other than being a leader of this party. I became a father. Back to the story. I was standing in the middle of this fight scene. Rain was falling hard. The creatures we were fighting were goblins. The quest was brought onto us by the Queen. Leah wanted to test our party. The goblin horde was disrupting travelers and merchants coming and leaving the city. I was tasked with cutting the numbers down. Joan took out the goblins, trying to run. The other 2 took out the Goblin King together. We took this challenge on and conquered the moment. We sold off all we found in that raid. Then we headed back home with our score in tow. Joan was looking at my arms and saw a small cut. Jack, you need to be more careful when you fight those monsters. They might have poisoned blades on them next time, she warned, and I laughed. Maybe, but I'll be fine, Joan. It's not like I got cut by them. I'm still not used to the blade yet, even after 2 years of swinging it around. I said to her as we reached the city gates.